Hello, everyone. Sue Onishchuk here, continuing the workbook lessons in A Course in Miracles. And today we are on lesson 186. Salvation of the world depends on me. And it says, here is a statement that will one day take all arrogance away from every mind. Here is the thought of true humility, which holds no function as your own, but that which has been given you, which is the salvation of the world, depends on me. It offers your acceptance of a part assigned to you without insisting on another role. It does not judge your proper role, but acknowledges the will of God is done on earth as well as heaven. It unites all wills on earth in heaven, in heaven's plan to save the world, restoring it to heaven's peace. Let us not fight our function. We did not establish it. It is not our idea. The means are given us by which it will be perfectly accomplished. All that we are asked to do is to accept our part, in genuine humility, and not deny with self-deceiving arrogance that we are worthy. It's not to deny our worthiness. What is given us to do, we have the strength to do. Our minds, our God minds, are suited perfectly to take the part assigned to us by one who knows us well. Today's idea may seem quite sobering until you see its meaning. All it says is that your Father still remembers you and offers you the perfect trust he holds in you who are his son. It does not ask that you be different in any way from what you are. What could humility request but this? And what could arrogance deny but this? Today, we will not shrink from our assignment on the spacious grounds that modesty is outraged. It is pride that would deny the call for God himself. All false humility we lay aside today, that we may listen to God's voice reveal to us what he would have us do. We do not doubt our adequacy for the function he wills for us. He will be certain only that he knows our strengths, our wisdom, and our holiness. And if he deems us worthy, so we are. It is but arrogance that judges otherwise. There is one way, and only one, to be released from the imprisonment your plan to prove the false is true has brought to you. Accept the plan you did not make instead. Judge not your value to it. If God's voice assures you that salvation needs your part and that the whole depends on you, be sure that it is so. The arrogant must cling to words, afraid to go beyond them to experience which might affront their stance. You are the humble, free, to hear the voice which tells them what they are and what to do. Arrogance makes an image of yourself that is not real. It is this image, this egoic image, which quails and retreats in terror as the voice for God assures you that you have the strength, you have the wisdom, and you have the holiness to go beyond all images. All these images that we've made of ourselves. And it goes on to say, you are not weak, as is the image of yourself. Again, the personal identity that we've created of ourselves. You are not ignorant and helpless. Sin cannot tarnish the truth in you, and misery can not near the holy home of God. All this the voice for God relates to you. And as he speaks, the image trembles, this egoic image, this personality that we've created, And as God speaks, the image trembles and seeks to attack the threat it does not know, sensing its bases crumble. Let it go. Salvation of the world depends on you and not upon this little pile of dust. What can it tell the Holy Son of God? Why need he be concerned with it at all? And so we find our peace. We will accept the function God has given us for all illusions, rest upon the weird belief that we can make another for ourselves. Our self-made roles are shifting, and they seem to change from mourner to ecstatic bliss of love and loving. We can laugh or weep and greet the day with welcome or with tears. Our very being seems to change as we experience 1,000 shifts in moods, and our emotions rise high indeed or dash us to the ground in hopelessness. It's all from our fear-based thinking and personality that we've developed. Is this the Son of God? Could he create such instability and call it son? He who is changeless shares his attributes with his creation. I'm going to say it again. He who is changeless, God, who is changeless, shares his attributes with his creation. All the images his son appears to make have no effect on what he is. They blow across his mind like windswept leaves that form a patterning an instant, break apart to group again and scamper off. And like mirages seen above a desert, rising from the dust. These unsubstantial images will go and leave your mind unclouded and serene when you accept the function given you. The images you make give rise to but conflicting goals, impermanent and vague, uncertain and ambiguous rather. Who could be constant in his efforts or direct his energies and concentrated drive to goals like this? The functions which the world esteems are so uncertain that they change 10 times an hour at their most secure. What hope of gain can rest on goals like this? In lovely contrast, certain as the sun's return each morning to dispel the night, your truly given function stands out clear and wholly unambiguous. There is no doubt of its validity. It comes from one who knows no error, and his voice, God's voice, is certain of its messages. They will not change nor be in conflict. All of them point to one goal and one you can attain. Your plan may be impossible, but God's can never fail because he is its source. Do as God's voice directs. And if it asks a thing of which seems impossible, remember who it is who asks and who would make denial. Then consider this, which is more likely to be right. The voice that speaks for the creator of all things, who knows all things exactly as they are, or a distorted image of yourself, confused, bewildered, inconsistent, and unsure of everything. God knows all this about us. Let not its voice direct you. This voice that is bewildered and confused. It said, hear instead a certain voice, which tells you of a function given you by your creator, who remembers you and urges that you now remember him. His gentle voice is calling from the known to the unknowing. He would comfort you, although he knows no sorrow. He would make a restitution, though he is complete. A gift to you, although he knows that you have everything already. He has thoughts which answer every need his son perceives, although he sees them not. For love must give, and what is given in his name, in God's name, takes on the form most useful in this world of form. These are the forms which never can deceive, because they come from the formlessness itself, from God. Forgiveness is an earthly form of love, which, as it is in heaven, has no form. We need forgiveness here. There's no forgiveness in God or in heaven. Yet, what is needed here is given here as it is needed. We get it, what is needed here, as we need it, saying, in this form, you can fulfill your function even here. Although what love will mean to you when formless has been restored to you is greater still. It's way beyond our own imagination. Salvation of the world depends on you who can forgive. And such is your function here. That's our function, is to forgive. Any aspect of ourself that we see as unworthy, any, again, anything that is involved in it from that ego perspective, anytime we're in fear, jealousy, competitiveness, guilt, suffering, attack, defense, that's not our truth. And all there is to be open enough to be aware of that block, of those blocks when they show up, and be willing to turn them over to the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit will do the work for you to shift your perception. That's where the miracle occurs. And it says, for love must give. And what is given in his name, in God's name, takes on a form that's most useful in this world of form. So, when we do ask and we see in this world of form, it'll come something from God. It comes in the form of love. And that's what it is to be open to today. Be open to love, to see the Christ in everyone, that you may see it in yourself. All right. Thank you for being here. And again, the lesson is salvation of the world depends on me. And as it says, and again, salvation of the world depends on you who can forgive. All right. Thank you for being here. I look forward to being with you in the next video for lesson 187. Continue to be open and willing to be aware of your blocks to love, that you may release them to the Holy Spirit today. All right. Please like, comment, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And for those of you who have, please, I say thank you. All right. From my heart to yours, I extend to you much love, much peace, and much joy. All right. Bye for now. See you in the next video for lesson 187.